Welcome to the Campus Edge, a production of Butler Community College.
Produced by students, for everyone, students included.
On today's episode, we'll be looking into sports, technology, restaurants, and more.
Mix all that together and what do you get?
Another award-winning episode of the Campus Edge.
Hey Marques, how much do you know about computers?
A decent amount. Why? Are you wanting to build one?
No, right now I'm looking for a good laptop for school.
Oh, well, I'm not much of a laptop expert, but I do know of a good place to get one. Reporter G recently looked into what laptops Butler can offer to its students.
That's perfect. What did he find?
He learned a lot. Let's roll the package to find out.
Hi, my name is G, and have you ever had a problem with your laptop and you don't have time to use one of the school computers to do homework? Well, the Butler Service Desk has a bunch of free laptops that you can use for a few days, and that's what we're talking about on this Campus Edge.
The laptop checkouts are basically a way for students to come and use technology that they need in order to be successful in their classes.
This is an extra service that the service desk decided to provide to the faculty and staff and also the students. And so it's just one of the many things that we provide.
So we have 5 at El Dorado, 5 at the 5K, and 5 at the 6K. So both Andover and El Dorado campuses have laptops available for students to check out, as well as faculty. Laptops are allowed to be held by students for 72 hours. Which is normally about 3 days. If it's any amount of time late, as soon as you check it out, that clock starts. And there is a late fee that will occur every hour that's passed for $10, up to a maximum of $120, or 12 hours.
Before we check it out, we ask them if, especially for staff and faculty, if they're needing VPN or anything special on the computer itself. And we check it out, you come in, you have to show a current valid ID, and then you read the paper, the documentation that we have, and you have to sign it and fill out the different information that we're asking for, a name, their ID, phone number. We write the laptop name on it as well, and then we turn it on for them and make sure they can sign on to it. If they need the VPN access for the staff and faculty, then we'll add the VPN for them, as long as they have, permissions set up already for that, and just to see what they're doing, what their needs are, and make sure that that's all on there before we check it out to them. Well, when they are returned, then we check the outside physical to see if there's any scratches or anything broken physically on the laptop itself, and then when we bring it back to the desk, then we will go through a re-imaging process.
It's where we have what's called a package. It's basically a series of processes that runs on the laptop to wipe the data and restore it to a state so one of the students can use it and not have any issues with it. It basically just wipes the data they have and then starts a new kind of session for any other student that wants to use it. So it has the same baseline application for any student that would want to take it, and gets rid of any data the previous student may have had placed upon it.
We get requests from users all the time, students, faculty, staff. We try and listen to that and find solutions that work, that make sense, but also provide our end users with what they're requesting. So from that request, IS leadership got together and said, what can we do and how can we make it available? And that's how we came up with the idea to have them at the service desk, where users can readily come up to any service desk at any one of our 3 locations and get it anytime the hours that we're open. If anybody has any other ideas for how we can improve helping our students, faculty, and staff, we're always open to those ideas and try and turn them into something that is useful.
Man, Butler really does have a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, there's so many programs that Butler promotes, it's hard to keep track of them all.
What's one we haven't mentioned much on the Campus Edge?
I'd say Butler's Educare program, and lucky for you, reporter Kameron just went to do some interviews there.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's see what we got.
I can't wait to hear more about it. Let's get right to it.
Hi, I'm Kameron reporting for the Campus Edge. You know, they say that kids are the future, and while that may be true, we must be able to prepare them for the future. Unfortunately, you might not be able to be around them as much due to your job or whatever else thing you might be doing. Thankfully, facilities such as the Educare building here on the El Dorado campus will be able to take care of your kids when you're not able to. So, I spoke to some of the faculty members and some of the kids over here to see what really goes on inside. Let's take a look.
My name is Nicholas Hunt, and I'm a sub for Educare Learning Lab. I've been here for 3 years. I was an assistant teacher, and then before that, I was a student worker. I feel like I'm a child at heart, so like working with kids is just, enjoyable. It's fun.
My name is Connie Hamilton, and I'm a lead preschool teacher here at the Learning Lab, as well as an adjunct instructor for our early childhood department. I teach online for the early childhood department here at Butler. Favorite part of my job, I guess, would just be spending time with the kids. They're just unafraid to ask anything, and so I guess you could say they keep me young.
My name is John Penley, and I teach science courses here at Butler. We've got 2 kids that came through Educare, and they've both been here since they were born, 5 years ago and 3 years ago. Well, my little girl definitely wants to be a doctor so far, so that might change. And then, of course, and then my boy has decided he wants to be a blacksmith and make armor. I think they really like it. They like coming here and playing with their friends. The teachers are all super good with the kids. And I think it really helps prepare them, too, for kindergarten, because my boy just started kindergarten like a month ago after being here for 5 years. And I think he's thriving there. He's doing great.
I had the opportunity to question some kids, and their answers were quite interesting. What is your name and age?
Kellen Edmund Brown.
And what is your age?
4.5. 4. Eli?
What do you want to do in the future?
Be Spider-Man.
Don't we all?
Watch movies.
What do you do here on a daily basis?
Go to school. Do stuff.
And what is your favorite thing to do here?
Play with bikes. The Batman.
That was Educare here on El Dorado campus. From BCTV, I'm Kameron Bus.
We got plenty more stories where that came from. But first, we need to play a few important messages. We'll be right back on the Campus Edge.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know. Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education. What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts. Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
You know, lately I've been craving some good sushi.
Really? Anything particular you're looking for?
Actually, I wouldn't mind trying someplace new.
Well, reporter Zayed actually just got a behind-the-scenes look at Hibachi Boy, a Japanese grill that recently opened a new branch of their restaurant.
That's perfect. Let's see what it's all about.
Who doesn't love Asian food? Because I know I do. This local restaurant down in West Wichita just opened up called Hibachi Boy, and I'm here to see what it's all about. I'm your Campus Edge magazine reporter, Zayed Tbaba. Let's get right into it.
Hibachi boy is more like a fresh-made Asian style fast food restaurant. And we pretty much study like very simple. Every order that you order, it's fresh made and individual order. But however, we still keep the precision of the seating and the taste of the quality of the food. Well, Hibachi boy concept is if you're able to go to American fast food restaurants, you're able to come to Hibachi boy. You're able to afford Hibachi boy. Actually, we have been in the Japanese steakhouse business for quite some time. Like where they're cooking in front of you. So it's for it's mom and pop restaurant. It's not a franchise. A lot of people see our logo. They thought franchising. But we were born in Derby, Kansas, and that is our original. And then my sister also has one Hibachi boy out in St. Peter, Missouri, and they still have right now. And we originally have our second location out on Greenwich and Kellogg. However, we have to relocation back in 2016. We have to relocation due to construction. So this is more like a relocation to the west side. This is where I originally want to be for a long time. And here we are. We have a very good welcome from our neighborhood too. Actually, we serve fresh hibachi entree where you get from Japanese steakhouse, but we don't have chop in front of you and everything fresh made from the kitchen. We not only have the hibachi entree where we serve with your choice of meat, and we serve with your choice of fried rice or steamed rice, and also lo mein noodles and mixed veggie come with the meal. So it's pretty much a good side of the meal. However, we also have a sushi roll where we selected of some of very popular rolls that we have. We just, if you combine with two locations, for Derby, it have a little bit different popularity than out here. On the Derby, definitely the hibachi entree and also the teriyaki bowl. Teenager loves it. It just rises on top of your choice of meat. And also our special roll that we have, a special with a crispy crazy crab. And for here out on the west side, we find that half of our popular would be hibachi and also the special entree like general chicken, orange chicken. My favorites run the business is my customers. Everyone is so friendly. A lot of them become our good friends and become a family. We have a good connection. So that's what I'm looking for out here also. All the customers that I have out here, they acknowledge us and we acknowledge them. So we are more like a good combination.
Hey Javier, can I ask you a personal question?
I guess. I'm not sure if I can answer it though.
Well, I'm really starting to think about the film industry. Do you know anyone I could talk to about that?
Sure, tons of people. Reporter Ethan Sutter just got an interview with Shaun Rhodes, someone who's been a part of several productions and is a teacher at Butler.
Huh, great. I can't wait to learn more about him.
Hello, I'm reporter Ethan Sutter with Campus Edge. Today we are interviewing Professor Shaun Rhodes of the Andover Butler Community College campus about his teaching program and his experiences in the fields of cinematography.
I teach digital media, specifically digital video and audio production at Butler Community College. So it's starting entry-level classes that can lead up to filmmaking and television production. The skills that a student would be able to get out of this class would be able to work with digital video and audio, as well as editing them into a final product. And hopefully, should they be willing to work in the industry, be able to get a job doing so. My attraction for this field, originally I went into radio and had done quite well in radio, and then kind of saw the writing on the wall during the late 80s and deregulation, to where there were a bunch of, at one point, only one individual could only own up to 12 stations, and that became corporatized. And so there's only a few giant corporations that own all the radio stations and television stations in the country now. And I kind of saw the writing on the wall and decided that was about the time I wanted to get out. And so in doing so, ended up within a few years of being in television instead of radio. When taking this class, you get to use a lot of different cameras, lenses, video, audio editing equipment, sound recorders, boom mics, those type of things, you know, and very hands-on instruction on how to make a commercial television show video film. We've got a couple of Blackmagic cameras that shoot in 4K with cinema lenses that are basically fixed lenses. They don't zoom, so you can do a very high-end production with those. In fact, there's a lot of competitions, as in film festivals, especially if you're making film shorts that you can enter in. I know that Tallgrass here in Wichita has a good program for film shorts, as well as there's a couple other film festivals in the area, whether it's Stillwater, Oklahoma City, Kansas City, that also do the same thing. And there's most film festivals have an actual student competition as well. The film that I have right now is a music documentary about a guy named Rudy Love, who was very influential in the music business and ended up having most of his material stolen from him. It's been in so far, I think, this weekend it'll be 34 film festivals, everywhere from Rain Dance Film Festival in London, in which we won the Film of the Festival out of 65,000 films. And then we also won Rome Independent Film Festival in Italy. We won Florence, Italy. We were in Krakow, Poland, Hamburg, Germany, Madrid, Spain, Lisbon, Portugal.
There's still a few more things to cover on this episode of The Campus Edge, and you can hear all about it right after this short break.
Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Here we go, another day, another early start with lots of stops. And it goes. But today is one day closer to working normal hours, earning more money, paying off bills, and making my girls proud. I can do this. Today might be tough, but tomorrow will be better.
At Butler Community College, your tomorrow is closer than you think. Enroll today for spring classes. Butler Community College. Let's take tomorrow.
Hey, have you ever been to a shooting range?
No, I haven't. I haven't done much shooting. Why do you ask?
I've been trying to find more people to go with me, but I guess I've been asking the wrong people.
I wouldn't mind trying it out sometime. Where do you typically go?
Glad you asked. Reporter James Lewis just covered the El Dorado State Park shooting facility, which is where we usually go.
That's incredibly convenient. Just when I want to know more about it, our reporter does a story on it.
Hi, I'm James Lewis, and I'm here for the Campus Edge. Today we're going to be finding out more about the El Dorado State Park's brand new shooting facility.
The price for shooting out here is $10 per shooter. Individuals that want to come out and watch their family member shoot or a friend shoot and are not going to shoot is free of charge. They can come out here. The only requirement is they have to have eye and ear protection. We do not rent firearms out here due to liability issues and security. We do sell eye protection, ear protection, or we have rental earmuffs that we sell. And we sell targets and t-shirts and hats and decals and miscellaneous stuff. This is a stagnant shooting range. That means that there's no movement as far as moving up and down the lanes of the shooting range. So you're in one position, and the way that it's designed is no bullet can escape the area outside of the shooting lanes. We also provide classes that people, if they like us on Facebook, we post those. We have carry concealed license classes. We have familiarization of shooting firearms classes. We have hunter's education classes. We got boating classes coming up. Just several different training deals. All of our individuals that volunteer out here are all NRA certified for safety, monitoring the shooters and stuff. For anybody that's not shooting safely, we correct them and get the safety habits down pat so that everybody has fun shooting and no accidents.
Currently, we're operating Thursday through Sunday. Thursday is 10 to 2. Friday and Saturday is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday is 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. People are positively affected by the range. Gives them a place to come out and shoot. It gives them a place to come out with family and bring their young children out to teach them firearm safety. And just the camaraderie out there with weapons has been nice to see. We have pistol and rifle ranges, and anywhere from 50 caliber on the rifle ranges down to pellet guns in some of our shorter ranges. All of our volunteers, range safety officers, are NRA certified through this facility, and they are on site to maintain safety. We cannot open without our volunteers on site, and they're out there watching, making sure people are doing things in a safe manner.
Now that we know more about the facility, you can be sure that I'll be down there shooting alongside those guys, and hopefully you all too. My name is James Lewis for the Campus Edge. Back to you in the studio.
For the last piece of the show, we're going to be a bit more serious.
That's right. Witty banter wouldn't be appropriate for our next piece.
Reporter Terry covered a story about Butler's very own soccer team.
To be more specific, it's actually about the coaches.
There aren't many games left in the season, and the coaches wanted to share a message with their players.
And I don't think there's a more fitting place than on the Campus Edge.
With the season coming close to a close right around the corner, the coach would like to say a final message for his amazing players that are leaving the game, taking the game to the next level, and the players that will be coming in to play for Butler Community College.
My name is Adam Hunter. I am the head soccer coach here at Butler Community College in my 13th year. I am actually a Butler County resident, live here in El Dorado, and grew up in Augusta.
My name is Travis Stipp. I'm from Wichita, Kansas. I've been here, this will be my 4th season now, and I grew up in Wichita.
Yeah, I play primarily central midfielder or center forward. So I like to try to score goals on people like Travis who try to pride themselves in stopping goals.
I started on the field, and as I got bigger and skinnier, and I wasn't very fast, so now I was big and tall, so they stuck me in the goal, and that's where I fell in love with the game.
All players are impressionable. I think that you can have an impact on players from 5 years old to 20 years old. The mentoring of the college player is probably not as much on the field as it is in trying to, I think, give them advice to kind of get their adult life started. We talk a lot to our players about, the importance of seeking their degree, about being fiscally responsible in some of the decisions they're making as they're trying to get their careers off the ground. But really what we try to do with our players here at Butler is just be a voice in their head so that they can reflect on who they want to be. Because at the end of the day, I feel like they're going to make those decisions that they feel are best for them. So I just want them to be reflective in their decisions and ask themselves tough questions. Then I think that we're serving a role for our players outside of trying to teach them the game.
For me, that's what our coaching is about, is trying to help them develop not just as players but as people as well.
Well, I think that some of our players that are in their final year of playing here at Butler, they're probably in their final year of competitive soccer, because we know there's a certain amount of the population every year that will not go play soccer after Butler. This will be their last stop. They'll continue on with their college career and seek out their degree, but they won't continue on as an athlete. And some of our players, this is just the next stop, and they will play on after Butler. And so the message can be a little bit different for those two groups of players, those who are ending here and those who are moving on. And you really see that, I think, in the spring semester of their sophomore year, because some kids are kind of coming to the close of this idea of being a student athlete, and they're getting ready to say goodbye to the game. And you have this other group of players where we're absolutely responsible in trying to continue to prepare them for the next step. And so that's really an interesting dynamic in how you deal with those two sets of players. For the players that are on their way here, I think that we have to do a better job, and we're learning that this year, a better job of educating our players about the program that they're coming to, about the success that the program has had in previous years, and maybe what their responsibility is to try to uphold the success and the reputation of this soccer program, facilitate their enjoyment for the game, and not to take that away from them while still trying to win games at the same time.
Life's too short. So you got to find something out there that is enjoyable, and some of that is the game. And a lot of that for a lot of us, for Coach Adam and I mean, that's the game. That's our enjoyment. That's why we get up at 7 a.m. to come to practice, because this is what we enjoy to do. You got to find that enjoyment. For the players coming in, preparation, and it's a lot different, and you'll see it when the freshmen come in a lot, that they're just, it's almost a shock. That college soccer is kind of a shock to the system, and the better you prepare in that summer before you get here, and before any college experience, to be quite honest, is preparing for that.
And that brings us to the end of the show.
We're almost halfway through the semester, but we've still got plenty more stories to tell.
Absolutely. And if you want to see this episode again, tune in weekdays on BCTV, Channel 20.
Or you can check them all out on our YouTube channel, Butler Student Media.
This has been
The
Campus Edge.